What's up, everybody? It's your best pal Nick coming to you with another unboxing video. The past few videos that we've had, we've been opening up Star Wars The Black Series Mandalorian series there. So we opened up a Death Watch figure, we opened up Axe Wolves, Casca Reeves, and Bo-Katan Kryze. Today, we are opening up good old Paz Vizla. Now, this is a fun one. This one I got from Amazon for a pretty decent price. I think it was like on the Amazon Prime Day as well. Now, I will say Paz Vizla is kind of a fun one. He was kind of like noted as obviously one of the bigger Mandalorian characters, as in size-wise. We're normally seeing, kind of like standard, sizing of Mandalorians. We're seeing kids, we're seeing adults, all these different things. But the cool thing with Paz Vizla is that he has a tie to the Clone Wars, as well, being part of pre-Vizsla and the Vizsla clan, as well, and just that legacy. So it's kind of cool that we get to see Paz Vizla as a legacy character from the Clone Wars. Obviously we didn't see Paz in the Clone Wars, but we do see pre-Vizsla as well when it comes down to that. So it's pretty cool to see some kind of legacy tie into a new feature show and movie, or going forward and just with the canon of what Star Wars has been putting out. So even though these are older figures, from a few years back, I'm just excited that I'm just kind of growing onto my Mandalorian collection, so can't complain. So the blurb on the back here for Paz Vizla: a descendant of the esteemed House Vizsla, brawny warrior Paz Vizla is protected by the strongest Beskar armor. That is the blurb on the back here for us. So I'm super excited. He's kind of a bigger figure. I've never really had, like I said, this is kind of my first time opening Star Wars figures for the Black Series. If I had one, it was probably just a one-off, or, just like a one out of this because I didn't go for this or what have you. So I'm excited that now I'm kind of growing into the Hasbro for the Black Series for Star Wars. So, yeah, really excited for it. So let's get right into it and open this up. He already kind of came in a little beat up. Luckily, it doesn't look like we're missing anything. I think setup might be a little bit long on my end just to kind of get in the swing of it. But nonetheless, it'll be a fun one either way. So, yeah, let me get into this real quick. Alrighty, guys. Well, I will say this. Even though it seemed like a little bit longer than normal, this was probably the easiest figure to set up. Now, I do know that he's kind of a big clanker here, in a funny way, but dude, no, this is probably the easiest figure I've set up out of all the Hasbro ones. Not saying that the other ones were like super hard to set up, but like I had a struggle with the Death Watch one for the rifle that he had. I'm still probably gotta fix it a little bit because I just don't like when my stuff bends. But this one was a cool setup. Another fun fact, by the way, Paz Vizla, I believe, was played by Jon Favreau, which is crazy because Jon Favreau is kind of like one of the new heads right next to Dave Filoni, who's running Lucasfilms for Star Wars on, the Disney brand of things. So it's pretty cool, but it's cool to know that he was Paz Vizla as well. And I think they did a San Diego Comic-Con edition of Paz Vizla where you can swap out the heads or put the helmet on top of Jon Favreau's head, and then you could obviously pop it off and be like, oh, it's Jon Favreau, because that's who he played. So I think that's kind of cool. I do like this the backpack, or the jetpack that they have for him, because it does connect into one of his braces, which I think was a really cool attention to detail. I don't know why, but I was digging that for a second there, so I pulled this table a little bit there. But this big gunner is so sick. Look, not as clunky or not as stiff either, which I like. The other ones were kind of stiff as figures, for the legs and the knees. Good old Paz Vizla, not that issue. Looks super dope. I like it. I'm a bigger dude, so I like the fact that he's a bigger Mandalorian as well. So, yeah, this is pretty cool. No pinned anything. Well, actually, that's another thing I was going to say. We do have pinned legs for double jointed legs here. He does have pin legs on here. Now, arms, not so much. Arms are not pinned, so we're good there, but I will say the legs do have pins on them. It is double jointed, which is good. Single jointed for our good old arms here, but that's not that big of a deal, being the fact that they are Hasbro. So yeah, so definitely interesting, but this is a cool figure. I like it. I like the look of it. He's hefty. He's supposed to be. Makes me feel cool because it makes me feel like as if one day I ever want to go to a Comic-Con or anything like that, I could probably dress up as Paz Vizla, being a bigger Mandalorian, which, let's say, we need more stuff like that, to be fair. We need more cool characters like that, in my opinion. Representing, you know what I mean? So, anyway, what do you think? If you see this guy on the shelves or on Amazon, eBay, wherever, you go in a store, you're going to pick him up or are you going to leave him there, play the waiting game, try to find something more, so try something different? Let us know in the comments. We got more unboxings for the Star Wars Black Series coming about. And so with that, I got to restart that. Okay. With that being said, yeah, comment, like, follow, give us some education on these characters if you'd like. And until next time, peace.